Hello, it's Mr. Lion, and I've already spent a lot of time leveling my first account to 30, and I've jungled that whole time. And I'm a passable jungler, but I wanted to expand my horizons, so I was gonna force myself to have this account to only do solo top, right? And in doing so, I realized that the beginning of LoL is a big part of what causes the toxicity, I think, in the game. And I'm not talking about like people hating each other, because people are gonna hate whatever. That's the way people are in games, I guess. But it doesn't help with these two major issues that come with the early levels of LoL. One, CSing with no runes or masteries is really tough. It just adds to the learning curve of LoL already. I mean, when I first started, I had already seen some pro matches, so I understood the importance of CSing. But it's just, I then switched to jungler, and it was a big mess. But now going on, I understand how to CS, but without masteries and runes, it's really difficult, and that problem just piles up on itself. The second major issue is it's so difficult to jungle. So you don't have junglers in early games. You don't have them till way later, because without masteries and full rune page, you really need a lot of help. And even then, you need to gain some levels before you can actually do it. And I'm going to show an example. Let's look at me as Riven without any runes or masteries, trying to kill blue by myself. So, alright, if you're semi, experienced, you can say, hey, guys, come and help me, and then we'll kill this thing, and you could trudge your way through it. It is still difficult to then go from here to red, even with help, just because you're just so weak compared to the mobs, right? And, alright, whatever. How bad can it be? The problem of the lack of understanding, or the lack of practice, or easy practice for getting CS, and the difficulty of maybe you not knowing how to jungle but not getting familiar with learning how to work with a jungler in the early game, just add on when you finally get to the level that you can have these things. Then you've already, as a new player, been trained not to get CS, so you're not good at that very crucial thing. You're instead more used to getting money through kills, because you don't have the consistency that comes with CSing. So that gets you the bad habits of pushing lanes and that sort of thing. And you also don't have the practice that comes with working with or against a jungler. So you don't know how to leash properly. Mid doesn't understand when to get blue. If you ever try to jungle, don't understand, how to keep track of timings. That means that nobody buys wards, because they don't have the constant pressure of a jungler walking around it. In the early levels without a jungler, wards are almost a waste. And again, since you don't have the consistency of money of CSing, it's difficult to gauge how much you're going to get the next time you go back home, so you don't buy wards. And it just all adds on top of each other to make it to where the early game just teaches you all these horrible habits. And most players don't care to spend the time to fix those things, because a lot of players are casual, which is fine. But if League could somehow work around that, and instead change it to where it wasn't so bad, where it did allow for jungle and it did allow for proper CS in the early levels, I think it would overall help a whole lot. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.